Hi everyone, it's Dr. Christina here. Are you struggling with mysterious symptoms that keep getting worse and worse? Have you been to multiple doctors and still have no answers? You may have the beginnings of autoimmunity. Conventional medicine sees autoimmune disease as the body attacking itself. It begins with small little symptoms. A rash here, your hair slowly falling out, bloating, constipation, hives. You go to your doctor, they look at your symptoms and they give you something for symptom management. And they say, if it doesn't work and your symptom gets worse, come back. Your symptoms eventually do get worse and worse, and you even get more symptoms. You go back to your doctor multiple times and you become stuck in this cycle of symptom management. If you are lucky enough to get testing, you may not even get the testing that's right for you. Your symptoms may not be showing anything on your lab work. So your blood work may look completely normal, but you're still having symptoms. Normal is a funny term because what's normal for you may not be normal for anyone else. And you having symptoms that keep getting worse and worse is not normal, and you need to have answers. Functional medicine sees autoimmunity with three main components. Genetic predisposition. You may have family members that have autoimmune disease, so you believe that you are going to have autoimmune disease, but the truth is that environment actually turns the genes on or off. That we consider a trigger, which is the second component. Multiple things can trigger autoimmunity. It's not just one thing. And the third component is intestinal permeability, better known as leaky gut. And that's why when you look at autoimmune approaches, there's always a huge emphasis on gut healing because it's such an important component. It's an important component for healing, but it's not the only thing. Today, I'm going to share with you my top 3 tips for reducing mystery symptoms without knowing the root cause. These top 3 tips help reduce inflammation. And what we know is that inflammation is at the root of all chronic health conditions. And if we reduce inflammation, we often see a reduction in symptoms, even without knowing the root cause. My top 3 tips for reducing inflammation are getting better sleep, decreasing stress, and increasing the right foods and decreasing the wrong foods. Let's talk about sleep. We know that decreased amounts of sleep and sleep deprivation is actually inflammatory to the body. So what I'm going to tell you is that the best time to go to sleep is about 10 p.m. And the best time to wake up is when the sun is rising. So my 2 tips for getting better sleep are go to bed earlier, don't look at electronics, and wake up and expose yourself to the sunlight. Exposing yourself to the sunlight first thing in the morning will actually help build your circadian rhythm, that wake-sleep cycle. My second tip is to decrease stress. And the number one simple way to decrease stress is to do deep breathing. It can take 2 minutes. If you only have 5 minutes in your day or 2 minutes in your day, stopping and taking 3 or 4 big breaths, slowly in, holding for a couple seconds, and slowly out, will actually put you into that parasympathetic part of your nervous system where healing can take place. And you can do it anywhere, anytime. My third tip is food. There are things that we know commonly increase inflammation among everyone, and those 2 things are gluten and dairy. Removing gluten and dairy will decrease the amount of inflammation in your body dramatically, and you start to see changes quickly. The other thing you want to do is eat more vegetables. Our body has a vast amount of bacteria called the microbiome in the gut, and it produces all the biochemical processes that we need for good health. And those bacteria love to eat vegetables. So the more vegetables and plant food that you eat, the more robust your microbiome is, and the better health that you will have. And you will be able to decrease your inflammation. So removing gluten and dairy, which is inflammatory, and adding more anti-inflammatory food usually includes lots of plants, fruits, and vegetables. Those 2 things will really help decrease the inflammation in your body. If you have any questions, comment below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel.